our delivery has arrived. All of these beautiful Holsteins and one brown Swiss cow. We're going to use all of these cows in our embryo program. We'll be putting pure Gyr embryos into these girls, and then they will have pure Gyr calves. Beautiful girls. Time to get ready for my own delivery though. This is the little bull calf from the last video. He is doing excellent on the bottle, and he is getting ready to go to his new home in South Florida this morning. He is going to be extremely loved. And we've got this little pair of mini horses, and you can barely see the ears, but there's also a mini donkey that's going to go to the same home as the mini horses. He's never been on a trailer, so he's not quite sure what to do, but he'll figure it out here in a second. He gets to go in front because we are going to be meeting his new owners on the way. They're going to meet us and swap to the SUV. They all loaded up very easily. I love it when they just get on like they're supposed to. Made it back from my deliveries, and I'm going to round up all of these cows, all the new ones, and get them pregnancy checked. We need to make sure they're not pregnant so that we can be ready for the embryos. And then we also are getting ready to send some cows to Texas, so we need to round those guys up as well. These are the ones going to Texas. We have two really nice Gyr heifers in here, and then also the two Jersey nurse cows that we've been using. There's a customer buying all of these little Gyr heifer calves, but she's going to need a nurse cow for them. So we're going to get those guys vaccinated, ear tags, health papers, everything they need to make their journey to Texas. And like I said, here are all of the new dairy cows that we're going to be implanting the embryos into. They're going to get a health check, and they're going to get their pregnancy check so that we can get ready for the next part of the program. As usual, we're using Dr. Jess, and she brought along two vet students with her today just to learn the ropes and see what it's all about. Every cow has to get an ear tag, an electronic ear tag. And then the Jersey cows, being dairy cows, they actually have to have a tuberculosis test. So Dr. Jess has to inject them in a spot, and she'll come back in a couple of days and read the results. And of course they're not going to have it, but they'll be ready to go. It's part of the legality. I hate putting ear tags in these little gears. This girl was not having it. She was not having a good day. The dairy girls are so easy to work, and that's why we've chosen them to be the recipient cows, because they're so calm, they're so used to routine, and that will actually help them to be able to be more successful at receiving the embryos. Dr. Jess is pregnancy checking this one right now. It's a strange thing. Usually we hope the cows are pregnant, but in this situation we actually hope they're not. That girl right there is probably pregnant. She came from a different farm, but the rest of these should be open. And that's what the results actually were, was the one was pregnant and the rest of them are open. So they've been dewormed and they are ready to receive embryos here in a few weeks. Put all the dairy girls back where they belong. They've got all the bull calves with them because they're not going to Texas, just the heifers are. But they know right where to go. There's always one cow though who decides not to make the turn. Simply block her off and turn her around, and she'll figure it out here in a second. It truly never fails though. Every time I move cows, one cow misses the turn. And now the Jerseys and all of the Gyr heifers that are going to Texas, they can go back out into another pasture and eat grass. I just don't want to separate them all again. I'm going to go in and cool off. Alright, now that I've cooled off a little bit, let's go ahead and put out some sorghum feed for the cows. It's incredibly hot in Florida right now. It says it's been like 97 to 99, but our heat index feels like it's been 110 to 115. So I've been taking some breaks throughout the day. Same thing for the cows. I try and work them as early as we can so they're not getting worked in the middle of the day. But because we had the deliveries and the vet stuff this morning, I have to feed up when it's a lot hotter. We're trying to go through the rest of this sorghum baleage because we should be getting our corn silage in about 2 more weeks. So we're going to go ahead and keep feeding this out so that we've got space and are prepared for that corn silage that we have coming. I always feed the Holsteins first because they are the most vocal. They will moo and moo and moo until they get what they want, versus the Gyr Calves. They're a lot quieter animals and they patiently wait for me to get out there. So we've got 1 coastal bale of grass, and then we've got the sorghum baleage out. It's very peaceful once their feed is in their pen. Next, we'll take a bale out to the ones that are going to Texas. We want to keep them nice and thick and ready for their trip. It's amazing how all of the Gyr calves take to the Jerseys, and the Jerseys, they really love calves. They're really good at taking orphaned calves or new calves. They're really good at that. Their motherly instincts are really good. And you can see what I mean with the Gyrs. They're totally silent and patient. Just wait for me to get done. Of course, they would rather have feed in their troughs than they had the baleage, but they're not getting that today. A task that is pretty constant on a farm is repairing water troughs. The cows push on them and break the floats and break the hoses, so usually we have to repair them several times throughout the year. It's no big deal. We just replace the fittings and put them back on. It is just aggravating that things aren't built very good, and it's aggravating that the cows can't just leave things alone. So this is the trough that is in the dairy cow field. Get that one handled. Now everybody can start getting some sips of water. And I have another one to fix out in the Gyr field. They have worn down the area around their tub, and so the water keeps overflowing. And there's also a leak on the float, so that just keeps making the water overflow constantly. But because of this, it does keep the water very clear in their trough since it's always overflowing. It's not really a great thing, but it's something that's a benefit, I guess, if it's going to be broken at least. Okay, that one is repaired, and hopefully that will stop this little creek from running everywhere. They love standing in it, though. Keeps them cool. Well, that's it for the chores for today. I want to thank you for watching our videos. So for myself, Logan, and all the cows here at HisWay Farm, may God bless you, and we'll see you on the next video.